Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to start your woodworking business, get it off the ground, and become a professional doing this full time. Stick around. Hidden in this video, I've got a bonus tip for you that you're going to want to know. Let's get started. First tip, don't quit your day job. I know we all want to start. We all want to be a pro. We all want to be making money at this, and we want to quit our day job. We might not have a great job. It might be a job that we hate going to, but don't quit your day job. Here's why. You're going to want to feed the business. If you're having to live off everything you make, you can't put the money back into business because you're paying the bills. You got family to care for. You've got a truck payment. You've got a house payment. You've got food to buy, and you can't put back in it. Don't quit your day job right away. I heard a story about a guy who went out. He was going to start his woodworking business. He bought a building or started leasing or something and bought all these tools, quit his job, went right into business, and lost everything in 6 months and was right back asking for his old job back. We don't want to do that. So don't quit your day job. I know you got a dream in your heart. I know this is what you want, but take your time. You got to walk before you run. Tip number 2, be the brand. Everywhere you go, you are your brand. I am Timber Mill Design. Now I go by a different name. It's not Timber Mill Design. Everybody knows me as Alan, but they know that's Timber Mill Design. I live it. We're so afraid to go out on a limb. We're so afraid if we're not doing it full time to share what we do for a living. When they ask you what you do, you might be a truck driver, you might be a school teacher, you might be a librarian, I don't know. But when they ask you, you tell them, I'm a woodworker. Be what you want to be. Tell them. If you want to build cabinets, tell them, I'm a cabinet maker. Tell them, I build furniture. Whatever you're trying to do in your woodworking game, that's who you are. You're the brand. You're living it everywhere you go. And so don't be afraid when you meet somebody and they like, hey, what's your name? Tell them, I'm such and such. And when they say, what do you do? I'm a woodworker. I build customer furniture. I build cabinetry. Whatever you're trying to do. Don't forget to talk about it. Share it in a conversation. Now, don't dominate people to where they're trying to run from you, but share. Let them know. Be the brand everywhere you're at. There is no day off. There is no time that you're on vacation. Even when I'm on vacation, I might meet a client. And so when they say, what do? I'm a woodworker. Here's my card. Here's my business number. And I talk to them. Tip number 3, distinguish yourself from the competition. Go one step further than they're willing to go. You want to outperform. You want people to notice your work. You've got lots of competition out there. There's a lot of people doing woodworking. Yours needs to stand out. What are you going to do to make yours stand out? There might be 50 people in your area, in your state, making the same thing you're making. How is yours going to stand out? How is yours going to get the job from the client and they won't? Sanding, don't skip the sanding. There's a lot of people, I'll look at their stuff and when I feel it, it's rough. I don't want to buy it because it's rough. I want my stuff to feel like butter. I want the edges to be smooth. It takes extra time. And yes, you probably won't make the money back for all the time you put into it in the beginning, but it will distinguish you above your competitors and you'll begin to get to all the jobs and you'll outperform them. So make sure, distinguish yourself and outperform the competition. Tip number 4, don't forget, build everything in the beginning. I know everybody tells you got to get your niche, and I'm going to call it the niche, and they'll say niche down. Figure out what you want to build and specialize in. That's great unless you're starting. And let's say you want to build kitchen tables or dining tables, and it's like, that's all I'm going to do is dining tables, and you get one this year. It's not going to grow the business. You have to do everything that comes at you to prove and show I'm a woodworker. I have skills. I can do this. So take any job. Don't be picky as far as, well, I want to build cabinetry, I don't want to do furniture. Take the furniture. You'll learn some skill in this. You'll learn how to do things, and it will help distinguish you above the competition because you have more knowledge of woodworking as a whole than your competition will. And so take all of them. Now, here's a word of caution. Be very careful for this. Don't take a risky job. When the spidey sense goes off and you're like, I don't feel good about this, say no, walk away. If it's a bad client, you can have a bad customer. And if it's a bad client and you don't feel good, you're afraid they're too picky, they want something too perfect, walk away. It'll be better in your future if you just walk away and take another client on. So don't be afraid to do every project, but be careful. Don't take the ones that could hurt you. So, but be willing to step out there and build anything in the beginning until you establish your business. And then you can begin to say, I specialize in cabinetry, I specialize in dining tables, and maybe send them to someone else to do the job you're not looking to do. Tip number 5, social media is your friend. I know it's scary, especially if you're my age. Social media, technology, we didn't grow up with it, but it's time to get on board. You're going to need social media. When you build something, you need to take a picture of it, you need to video it, and you need to put it out there. Do you do TikTok, Instagram, Facebook? What do you do? And then put that out there. Get the photos out there so people can begin to understand you are a woodworker. Don't be afraid to take a picture of your stuff and put it out there. Step out, have some courage, have some faith, step out, put your stuff on social media, and begin working with people and networking. Use social media. Tip number 6, learn the business side. You've got to learn the business side. I can be the best woodworker out there, but if I don't understand the business of it, I'll lose my business. I'll just be some guy sitting in the shop till I'm dead. Learn the business side. Here's what I mean by that. Learn social media, how to post. Learn marketing. How do you market? There are courses out there all over the place that are free. You don't have to pay for them, and you can take a free course on marketing, digital marketing. You need this. Take those courses, learn everything you can learn. Learn about taxes. You need to know about taxes. I know it's an ugly word, but we all deal with it. In my state, and you're going to have to check your state, but in my state, I've got to pay income tax on my business and sales tax. And what I do, I have a business account. It's separate than my personal account. All of my business account, all the money goes in there. I pay my material costs. Then I set aside a chunk to pay my income tax when it comes due. You don't want to be broke when it comes due. That can hit you with penalties, interest. They can even take your business. So you want to make sure the money is sitting there ready to go. Don't touch the money. Be disciplined. Then, if your state requires sales tax, set aside the sales tax. When it's time to pay it, turn it in. Always take care of the business end. There's a lot of excellent, great woodworkers out there who failed to do the business end and they lost their business. So take care of knowing the business end. Tip number 7, it matters how you look and talk. Now, I'm backwoods, I'm deep south. You can tell it in my accent. But I'm not going to go up to a client with yowls and gnaws and slow it down. I'm going to speak as clearly as possible and overcome some of my raising. I'm proud of my raising, but I'm going to try to overcome it so that people can trust me a little bit more. I'm also not going to show up like Bubba T with my sleeves cut off and my hat all cocked around and be goofy looking. You're going to need to be professional. When you're doing a larger job, you have to present yourself as a professional. There's clients that I'll go out to dinner with and we'll sit down and we'll talk about it over dinner. I'll go to their house and we'll sit down and we'll discuss it. And I need to be professional. I can't walk straight out of the shop smelling like a billy goat with sawdust hanging out my beard. I'm going to go to their house after I've showered, make sure I smell good, put on some deodorant, and I'm going to clean up, and I may even take my hat off and go out and visit with them, and I'm going to talk to them. Also, when you're talking to them, these are your potential clients. Treat them with respect and kindness. They've dealt with plenty of jerks out there, and they don't need you being rude to them. So talk to them with respect. Show them you care about their business. Tip number 8, broaden your reach. You've got to start fishing in an ocean, not in a pond. We start in our community. I have a small community, and it's a small pond to fish in. So I had to broaden my reach. I reach out using social media, and that allows me to have a broader reach. You need to build a website. You need to be able to reach out through social media and fish in a bigger pond. There's more clients worldwide than there is in your community. You may be in a large city, but there's still more worldwide. You want to broaden your reach, use the social media, reach out big. There's more people you can get in touch with that'll be willing to hire you for your work. Tip number 9, don't forget the smalls. There are so many things that I have that we have built this business on that are smalls. I like the big furniture. I like to build large pieces. Big pieces mean more money, but the smalls will keep you fed. There's times the ebb and flow of the economy. Sometimes people pull back and they're thinking, I don't want to buy a big piece right now, but they're still willing to buy the smalls. Every anniversary, every birthday, every Christmas is an opportunity for someone to buy something small from you. I have a tray that we build here in the shop, and we sell a ton of them, and when people need them, I can kick them out quick. When things get slow and I'm got a couple of big pieces but not enough to hold me, I'll start pumping out the smalls to feed the business. I know you want the big furniture, but don't forget the smalls. Tip number 10, this is your bonus. Work like somebody's gaining on you. Because the people admiring you, they're watching you, they may have the idea they can do what you do and just a little bit better. And so they're coming. There's competition out there everywhere. You don't even know who all is out there building somewhere, and it's competition. Work like somebody is gaining on you and trying to take your business away from you, because they are. And so go after it. You need to, it's a 7-day-a-week gig. Now, I know you got to take a break. I know you got to eat lunch. You got family time. Don't neglect your family. But every chance you get, you need to be in that shop pumping out some good stuff. You need to do it just a little bit better than what they're going to do. You need to go a little bit further than what they're willing to do. Now, I don't mean bid low. Don't bid low. You're just hurting everybody in the woodworking community. Put it at the price you're supposed to. I'm going to have a video coming out soon talking about how to price your objects. Be ready for that. Be watching for it. But make it a fair bid. And then work harder than anyone's willing to work. Go further than they're willing to go. Do it just a little bit better than what you think they will do it. When you work with your customer, talk to them better than your competition would talk to them. Do and offer something that your competition is not willing to do and offer. You want to give the best product available for a fair price. I hope these tips have helped you. I hope they get you on your feet and get you started. Don't forget, hit the subscribe button. Ring that bell for the next video coming out. We're putting them out every couple of weeks. We look forward to hearing from you. Write me a comment. Talk to me. Do you have a tip that I left out? Share with me. Let's discuss it. And if you found that this was helpful, give me a thumbs up and a like. We'll see you next time. Let's build something.